Well, amazing as it is, I got to live through a time in history when the world is in absolute conflict. The American president, Trump, he's going to go down in history as a peacemaker, which is really good. Uh, he likes making money out of wars, but he certainly doesn't like people dying. But I noticed we got two Asian countries going nuts at the moment, and civilians have died and soldiers have perished. And it's not even over a lot of land. I think it's over predominantly temple land, so you might be talking 50, 100 acres or something. But at the cost of an artillery shell and the maiming of humanity, wouldn't you think? This is where I lose the plot. I think leaders are the people that should be the deep thinkers and the people that understand empathy, sympathy, and make humane and decisions based on the humanities. Wouldn't you think one of the leaders would say, considering it's kind of temple land, that you can't grow rice on it or mangoes or anything? Someone would be the bigger person and say, you can have it. We're not going to fight over this. I mean, I don't want to hurt people over a piddling amount of land. And these are the intelligent, clever people that have been elected. I mean, people like Putin and that dopey blonde guy in England that's the Prime Minister. I mean, all they want to do is fucking fight and shoot bullets. It's got me fucked, absolutely fucked, that they lack empathy and sympathy and can't see the opportunity to say, pick up a phone and say, hey, Vladimir, can we sit down tomorrow? I can get on a plane tonight and let's get this resolved so that the bullshit stops. I mean, all of them are egocentric. There's something we allow people to get into power, and after they get into power, something happens to them. And it, in Asia, I think it's about losing faith. I mean, what bullshit that anyone could say, I didn't lose faith. Well, 14, 20 people died, but I kept my faith. God, fucking drunk. I mean, you wouldn't employ him as your gardener. Anyway, I remember as a young man, I got invited to go to Vietnam by the Australian military, and I think, 17, approaching 18 for conscription. And I gave them the middle finger and the exact same words that Cassius Clay used in those days. I had no gripe with any Vietnamese people, so fucked if I was going to go to war. They said, we'll put you in prison. I said, I got sports activities, I got a library. I said, put me in prison, don't give a fuck, but I ain't shooting a gun for you. And the war ended before they could get me in prison, so I walked off the better end of the slippery stick, whether they liked it or not. Anyway, I pray for the people that are getting hurt. And I don't know if prayers for the leaders would do any good. I would imagine that they're all atheists. I mean, don't know how that happens, but they certainly don't appear to believe there's a higher power. I'm out of here.